Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys just got a chance to, take a quick peek at the Lakers versus the Portland Trail Blazers. And the Lakers take a 2-1 lead after winning game three today. LeBron James got it going, basically the first half of the game. I mean, he went off very aggressive, attacking the basket, making shots. This time, LeBron James was focused more on scoring this first half of the game versus being a facilitator. But at the end of the day, he still managed to make sure Anthony Davis got his. Anthony Davis, you know, went off in the second half. Then at the end of the day, Portland got a solid effort from Carmelo Anthony, CJ McCollum, and Damian Lillard, and it still wasn't enough to beat the Lakers. At the end of the day, the Lakers still sometimes have rebounding issues, but they made some great defensive stops. At the end of the day, they played great. I think the Lakers finally realized maybe after the day that they are the better team and they are supposed to win this series. Now, here's the thing. The Lakers are back in control. Now, let's see what happens in game 4. To be honest with you, I think game 4 is a must-win for the Portland Trail Blazers. I think if the Portland Trail Blazers don't win game 4, I think the Lakers will wrap this up in 5. I picked the Lakers to win this series, but at the end of the day, I think the Lakers finally woke up and realized, hey, there's a lot of things that's on the line in this series. LeBron James cannot afford to get knocked out of the first round, especially in the bubble. Now, here's the thing. One thing about LeBron James, when you look at him as a player, you see how good he is when he wants to score versus being a facilitator. Like I said, LeBron James, 20 years from now, he is going to be a very interesting conversation. When you comparing LeBron James to Michael Jordan, and more than likely how you compare him to other players that played in his era. Because at the end of the day, Kevin Durant is going to be the topic of discussion, Steph Curry. In 20 years, we're going to be having a conversation about all these dudes. At the end of the day, it's always about MJ, how everybody measures up to MJ. Even though I've said this on several occasions, I still have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the GOAT. But nevertheless, it is what it is. We get it. So like I said, LeBron James is going to be a very interesting discussion 20 years from now. Because as well as you talk about him having the game he had tonight, you're going to talk about some of those games that he had where, he decided not to score versus being a facilitator. Decided to be a facilitator versus being a scorer. And then you look at the end results, more than likely sometimes crucial loss, and then that's where you be like, well, this is why I don't think LeBron James is good. So it's going to be very interesting. But at the end of the day, the Los Angeles Lakers got it done. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.